Now, Storm Tracker 9 weather with meteorologist Cameron Landfield.
Good morning, everybody, and happy Wednesday. We are on the precipice of many days of rainfall. It's already starting up right now in the north, but soon it's going to be widespread. Look right behind me. We've got the satellite imagery up right now showing you what's causing all of this for today, and that is this line right here. Obviously, that's moving into the area at the moment, and what that is a whole bunch of cold air. That's a cold air mass, and in front of a cold air mass is a front. So a cold front is sliding through right now. We saw a warm front last night, so there's two different air masses running into each other right now, and with that, those interactions tend to have one slide over the other. Usually it's the least dense one. That doesn't really matter. What does matter is that there's upward movements because one of those fronts is sliding over the other, and with those rising movements, you tend to see a whole lot of rainfall start to develop. As you raise a cloud, it gets heavier and heavier and it has to rain out eventually. So that's why we see so much rainfall for today. But I want to head and actually skip over to tomorrow for just a moment here, because you can see what we have in store for tomorrow too. Out over the water, every one of these little blue dots that you see, that's a cell popping up with some potential rainfall in it. That's what we're going to see for tomorrow. There's a whole lot of instability that makes its way into the area, and it might even lead to just a couple rumbles of some thunder too. So get ready for that. But for today, we're dealing with just consistent rainfall. Now, I've got our wind speeds up right now because they're sort of a proxy of where the actual cold front is at the moment. And I'm happy with the results here because what we're seeing is a 15-mile-an-hour gust out in Newport and North Bend. Just about 10 minutes ago, we were seeing 0 miles an hour. So it looks like the front has arrived at the coastline at this point, which means it is right on exactly what we expected it to be at this point. And that means the forecast is going to be pretty accurate for today. We'll be looking at widespread rainfall by about 8:30. Now, I've got the surface winds up as well because, well, this is actually what we're feeling at the moment, and you can see a little bit better how much faster those winds are just right on the coast as the cold front accelerates them. Stormcast here will show you what I was talking about with the widespread rainfall. Looking at 6 o'clock, so just about 20 minutes ago, and we've got rainfall down on the south and up towards the north. Not a lot inland though, but check this out, 7:30. Widespread at this point, then it spreads out, gets a little bit heavier, moves up towards the foothills for a brief moment. Then we see a very brief moment of some clearing from about 10 to 11:30. That's what this hole is right here. Then the next burst of rainfall comes from the south, and it gets even heavier, lasting the entire rest of the day. Look at how heavy we see things getting in the southern foothills as we get into 5:30. Very rarely do you see that red, and that does makes sense though, because we've got some heavy snow falling over the mountains for this evening, and that's why we've got a winter weather advisory above 3,500 feet. You can see some very heavy snow occasionally dropping like we saw with that red zone. Now here is the total rainfall accumulation for today, and obviously it's really wet out there. The wettest areas are Coos Bay and Eugene, 1.5 inches of rainfall for today. Looks like we'll see even more for tomorrow. No concern for flooding quite yet, but obviously I'll keep you updated on that as the rainfall continues to pile up. Now, moving from rain into snow, we are looking at just about 6.5 inches of new snowfall over Sandium Pass today, but through the end of the winter weather advisory, could see up to 11 or 12. 7-day forecast shows you rainfall every day on the coast, staying in the 49-degree category for temps. Umpqua Basin picking up snowfall likely Friday evening, moving into the Cascade Passes, snowy all the way through, and again, wet all the way through in the Willamette Valley, now potentially seeing